Hi, I'm Erica Anderson and I play Joelle in Pocket Dial Murder. So Joelle is Stacy's sister in Pocket Dial Murder. Stacy is, of course, the one who receives the pocket dial that she believes is from her husband, and then she hears a murder. And I think the first person she actually calls, um, I think before she even calls the police, is me, her sister. So I think right away that establishes that clearly I am Stacy's support. We are very close. I'm a doctor. Joelle is very level-headed, and I think she leads with her head more than she generally leads with her heart. And she's really like, I think she's a really good sister. She definitely feels like the person within her family dynamic who feels the pressure to kind of keep everything together and organized and well. And at the end of the day, she just really wants what's best for her sister. She wants her sister happy and healthy. Yeah, I mean, I'm a younger sister. I have two older sisters biologically, and I have a couple honorary older sisters. And I feel like as soon as I started going through the script and even getting my sides for the audition, I right away kind of connected to those scenes of being concerned for your siblings and wanting what's best for them and feeling the weight of their struggles. You carry them with you, I think, always. You're so connected to family, and Joelle really is. So I connected to that. So that's what connected me to the role of Joelle. I think the concept is really cool. The idea of somebody getting a pocket dial, which, you know, we all get. We've all probably given somebody a pocket dial by accident. And usually you just hear like shuffling or nothing, or it's spam or whatever. And the thought of receiving one and actually hearing something on the other line and feeling like you're responsible for what you've heard, I think that's really cool. So I liked the concept, and I think it's also what makes the action of the movie special and captivating, because it's something unseen. It's something that we don't get to see on screen. So the whole time we're wondering what actually happened. And Stacy's wondering what happened, and so is Joelle, and we're trying to figure it out. And I personally, I love kind of the less is more. I love what I don't see when it comes to thrillers and things like that. So that's what I think makes it special and captivating. Well, don't murder people and pocket dial people at the same time or separately. Try and avoid both those things. No, I mean, I hope people are entertained. That's always something I think we hope when we create art. We hope people are interested and engaged. So of course there's that. I hope it is something you get to enjoy watching. But also, again, kind of back to this sister thing, I hope that people really see that bond between Stacy and Joelle. I think it's really special that in this film, it's the women that come together in the family. It's the mom and the two sisters trying to sort this out, and yeah, they're really leading the charge on that. And I think that's really special. I think that kind of sister bond, it's good to remember it and highlight it and show it. I hope people take that that sister bond away, and that if they have sisters themselves, I hope they can see that kind of relationship and appreciate it. Awesome. It was really awesome. Honestly, I lucked out. I think we all lucked out. I think it was a really positive experience. Me and Kirsten, Kirsten Comerford, who plays Stacy, who's so wonderful and talented, we immediately clicked, which I think made our scenes so much more fun and special to do with each other. But she's so wonderful. Everyone was so wonderful. Everyone was so focused, and yeah, they were all awesome. But Kirsten stuck with me for life. We're friends forever, girl. But yeah. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, I would just say that Joelle is the logical one. She thinks she's got a pretty good head on her shoulders, and like everybody else, she gets thrown for a loop in ways she was not expecting. So that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, my favorite scene is also, I'm not gonna say too much in case you haven't watched the movie yet, but there is a final action sequence that was my favorite to film for sure. The whole cast kind of comes together for it. We shot it until like 4 a.m. It was very cold. And everyone just was in such a intense state of focus, and emotions were so high. And I feel like it was really special to be working in that environment where we all kind of were like, okay, we have to get this piece of action right. And that was just a very fun night to shoot. Long night, fun night. So yeah, I would say that. Watch the movie, find out what I'm talking about. Yeah, I would say the challenge we face when making films a lot of the time is just time. You do all this prep, no matter what department you're in, and then you gotta shoot the thing. And oftentimes on these, when we don't have that much time to shoot the film, you have sometimes like only a couple takes to get your performance. It can be really, really fast paced. So I think the big challenge is making sure you don't get kind of overwhelmed and distracted by what's happening on set, because set has so many moving pieces and everyone has an important job to play. So trying to stay in your own lane and stay focused on what you need to do in the scene that you're about to do, especially when you're doing these scenes where emotions are so high. I would say that's a challenge. And I really appreciated Kirsten is so good at focusing. She's so good at getting in her zone. And I feel like that helped me really take my space in doing that too. And just, you know, looking at each other and going, let's do this as soon as they call action. So that's one, the time and the going for it for sure. And then I would also say driving. I'm actually pretty new to having my license, and I had to drive in the movie, and I'm getting better at driving. But when we shot this, there was a lot of moments where it's like, okay, now just like pull up to the house. And I was a little nervous, and Roxanne, who is absolutely wonderful, our director, she was like, yeah, come on, just pull on up. And I did my best, but I think they might have had to fix some of my driving. I've gotten better at driving, but that would be a challenge that I faced. Ooh, I mean, because we're talking thrillers, and like horror movie kind of type stuff, I always have to go to Slacks. Slacks is a movie about genes that come to life and kill people. So it is memorable no matter what. But I loved working on that movie. It was so fun. I play this really vapid influencer. Elsa, who directed and created the movie, she is so brilliant, and everyone was so talented and fun on that set. And she created such a great environment to work in. It was so positive. So if you haven't seen Slacks, that's a fun one. Watch that. And then I would also say, I have to say, even though you can't watch this one, I always have to say Gracie. It was a play that I did at the Great Canadian Theatre Company in Ottawa, which is my hometown. And it was a one-woman show. And it was also the show where I got my equity card for theater. So it was a very special production for me. It's written by Joan McLeod, if you want to read the script, and it's incredible. But doing a show for an hour and a half, night after night, just me on stage, was definitely a test of stamina, of endurance. emotionally, physically, and it was an incredible experience. It was a really special experience, and the show is just so beautifully written. It's all from this girl's perspective as she grows up from being very small to being in her teens, living in this fundamentalist community that she's eventually excommunicated from, and it's all about family and connection, and doing that show in my hometown was so special to me. So that's forever, like, hands down, memorable moment in my career. Shout out to Eric Coates, who directed it. He's incredible. I adore him. So those two for sure. And then otherwise, because we're talking about Pocket Dial Murder, the first movie I did with this crew was called Killer Prom, and go check it out. You can see where I started to where I am now. But yeah, they're really fun. They're a fun group to work with. I have a couple things coming out on streaming. I'm going to refrain from talking about them just because of the strikes that are happening right now. So in solidarity of that, I'm not going to mention them. But I will say I keep people updated on my Instagram when things do come out. You can follow me at Erica, ERICA_R_A. So you can follow me there, see what I'm up to. I have a link that has my website. I just narrated, sorry, all the sounds happening. I just narrated an audiobook that is up in the link. That one's also a thriller, so I highly recommend you go and check that one out. It's called Someone Is Always Watching. But yeah, give me a follow and I'll keep you updated on what's to come. But thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the great questions, and have a great day.